Good evening, everybody. Like we always do the last Thursday of the month, tonight is the night for us to practice one more time meditation. But we're just going to set the tone for what we're going to do. Every time we come here, we read this small little messages, and we always say, this would be a talk. This one page could be a talk. And this is exactly what I did with this. I got one page of the book, Courage, mediumship by Chico Xavier from Emmanuel. I got that one page and I put the slides of it. So that's all there is to it. One page of the book, put into that, and we can talk for an entire day about this. We are going to talk little bits and pieces, and we're going to elaborate on that a little bit. But that's the whole idea, just to talk a little bit. The book is Courage. And the title of this one little page is The Power of Words. And, okay, here we go. Let me see how I'm going to... We shouldn't simply speak, but pause and think about what we are giving with our words. Sometimes we say with our eyes, so just the way we look at people, the way we look at things, it can say a lot with our words. And sometimes when we say things, we better not even be looking because it can create even more problems. This thing about I don't hear, I don't see, and I don't speak is just to remind us that sometimes before we speak, think. Before you take what's coming towards you as words that might not be what you need to hear, might be too intense, too ugly, too harsh, just try to be with yourself a little bit. And when you see something that your eyes don't deserve to be watching, a lot of things on the internet, a lot of things that don't serve us, let's just see, do I really need that kind of information? Do I really need that kind of image? Images can be shocking, and sometimes we take it to bed. And when you go to sleep, you don't see what's bothering you. But all those images that we saw through the day, those are words given to us in a different way. Not in spoken words, but it's still be given to us in images. Images say a lot without saying any words. So again, these are just sentences from that page. Every time we give shape to emotions and thoughts with verbal resources, every time we put into words what we have here, we automatically transfer states of our soul to those who listen to us. The power of what comes out of my mouth, the power of reaching others. And sometimes it's great things that people come to you and say and touch your heart. But it could be the exact opposite. You can make somebody feel this little with one sentence. Now in the age of internet, we have seen young adults who don't quite have their grounding of who they are, being bullied and going through tragic moments because somebody made a statement about them with words, one sentence, just a combination of maybe 10 words on a text or somebody that was sent to the whole school, and now this person is going through a life-threatening situation. The power of words for the good and for the ugly. So it's up to each one of us to think it through before we go using words. We transfer states of soul. And when we're here on earth, are we all cool and collected and calm and in a good vibe all the time? No. We are distracted, trying to get things going. We get offended very easily by what other people are doing. We have an agenda. And sometimes, to get to that agenda, we sometimes walk over people. So whoever is doing this is going to be transferring a state of soul that is not one that serves us. So we might need to rethink how we are receiving this. We cannot always control what's coming out of somebody's mouth, but we're going to have to learn how to receive it. We might have to do one of these or one of these. And then after we see or hear, we might want to do one of these. This is what Peter was saying here. We might say beautiful words. We might say phrases that are wonderful with great words. But if we don't use kindness, if we don't add to the words the emotion, the understanding, it's not going to touch the people that need to touch. So when we speak, we need to find our soul. How are we saying those words? Sometimes you will see a little kid say, oh, you're so cute. You're not even there. You just, you're so cute. Just going through the motions. A child, when you look them in the eye, even if you don't say a word, they know you see me. And not just a child. We all, as adults, we also could use that, I see you. I see your troubles. I see that you're hurting. I see you need a hug. So those things are very important, that we also remember that you say without words. Now comes that tongue. When I found this picture, like, yes. Even for your expressions were the most correct, noble, grammatically correct words, politically correct, if you make everything right. But the vibration of your words are of pessimism or bitterness, irony or insincerity. Whatever you have to say, you cannot transmit the value of the words if your emotions go against what the words are trying to bring. It would be similar to those golden containers, like a vase of beautiful gold that pours vinegar or poison. So we can look great. We can be Instagram material here, looking super ready for a post. The way it comes out adds value or is not of serve to anybody who is listening to. So we have the power of the words. So let's think it through before we say them. This occurs because instinctively our words are filled with our own spirit. The mouth speaks of what is in here. Whatever is inside me. We've heard that expression. When Pedro tells me about Peter, I learn a lot more about Pedro. When Paul talks about Peter, I learn a lot more about Paul than I learn about Peter, because we speak of who we are. Sometimes we point that he's doing this, she's doing that, he's this way. We are judging with one finger and the other three fingers are pointing at us. So we are talking about people, but all they are is a mirror of who we are. So we see on other people what is hard for us to see in us. Like this conversation tonight is about words. The words that came into my life this week weren't very cool. I should have done this, and I didn't. By the time it was too late. So the words entered my heart, and they were hard. I'm still processing them. So this tonight is way more for me than for anybody else. We inspire our feelings in all those who pay attention to us, and we never know who is paying attention. Sometimes you're talking, somebody can overheard you saying something that will affect them, it will impact what they do. So we need to be very careful. I put that emoji there because these days we talk with those things. Those little faces say a lot. And if you put, because you don't, when you send a text, your eyebrows don't move, your eyes don't go up or down, your tone of voice is not there. It's just the words. And the autocorrecting can be quite messy and send things that you didn't intend to send. And then you try to fix it, it's a problem. But a lot of it comes from the emoji. What I think it's funny, a little face that is might not be so funny for that person who is on the receiving end. That might be, if she is in a state of mind with a broken heart, feeling depleted of connection, that emoji that looked funny to me will touch that person differently. So before we start using this, let's just use it sparingly. Let's just think it through. Let's just take a breath before we go there. Brené Brown has a technique that she says, before I say, I turn my ring 3 times. It gives her a chance to, if you turn your ring or your bracelet 3 times, you have plenty of time to say, maybe I'll just be quiet. Maybe I won't use those words right now. It's all good. It can save a life. It can save a life if we decide not to go there. Knowing this, it makes sense to analyze everything we say. Our words are donations of ourselves. And sometimes we donate more than we need to donate. Nobody's asking unsolicited advice and all of that. We do that sometimes. We all do that. You know, and it can be clear water or it can be, dirty water, very muddy. And we do a lot of muddy. Before we give somebody something, somebody who's thirsty, before we give them some water, let's make sure if we cannot offer water that's clear, it's going to add value to that person's life, maybe turn the faucet off. Maybe that's what we need to do. Turn your ring 3 times. Scratch your head 3 times. I don't know. Whatever works, we can do. Gossip. That's the big word. Opinions that we express are brushstrokes of a portrait of our moral configuration. Again, what's in my heart? What's valued to me? I might try to sugarcoat it. I might try to, paint it different colors. It's going to come out as what's inside me, whatever is mine. And sometimes what's inside me is not super pretty. So maybe that's a day for me to not say it. If you are not feeling well, if you're depleted of all those good vibes, good emotions, the best thing would be take a little meditation break, take a little prayer break, connect and say, please, my guardian angel, can you please inspire me to shut my mouth for 10 more minutes, and so I don't say things that I don't need to say? Can you please inspire me to only say the words that can be helpful, can add value to this conversation? More than that, the verb is creative. Each sentence is a living seed. Whatever you say will grow in somebody's heart, mind, and field, vibration field around them, and it will touch the others around them. So we got to be super careful on how we use our words because they grow. Same thing like the gossip grows. You say something here now, and it keeps on growing. People keep on spreading that, and then you can cause a lot of harm just by using the words incorrectly. You will heal the wounds of those who find themselves falling off on the path of the word. However, what will happen to our brothers in constant anguish if we do not instill in their hearts the necessary faith so that they can rise up in their condition of children of God, so worthy and so in need of the blessing of God just as much as we do. We need to remember that if somebody is being ugly towards us, it's not our job to go ugly at the same level, because then we are not using the words to help. We are using the words to go even lower. So when we see somebody producing some garbage, some sewage, because we do see that, that's our chance to produce something that is a little cleaner than that. If we are not able to do it, because sometimes we are not, we don't have it to give that day, how about staying quiet and connecting? And we can say, please, guardian angels, his guardian angel, spirits that are here to help, just inspire him to maybe not say so many things like that. That is a prayer already that will help. Just by stopping the cycle of ugliness is enough to get us going here. This image says way more than anything that I could possibly say. The words can really make it, but it can also break it. Your words have the power, so use them wisely. You can choke up a child. You can make a child be less than human. It's representing a child because the child is more vulnerable, supposedly, so it would be hard for them to survive that kind of mental abuse, the verbal abuse towards children. Those words keep on coming. It's not pretty. So we have to think that way. And sometimes being funny with kids is not always funny. Whoever is on the receiving end, we have to understand what's funny for you. What humor can be a problem. We try to make it, I'm just joking. Certain things we cannot joke about. So we have to think, am I joking really, or do I mean that and I want to disguise it with a joke? And when I say we, because we who are here tonight need to hear this. We can't control the people that didn't make it here tonight, or the ones that have never been here before. But if we are here tonight, it's because we are here to talk about our words. So we can't control how the words are going to come out of other people's mouth out there. Who are we going to encounter tomorrow, this week? But if we remember to use our knowledge of I know the power of the words and I use it to shift that, we are already contributing to the better consciousness of humanity. It's that powerful. The dialogue is the agent that exposes us to the intimate world. We communicate. We are social beings, so we will communicate. But sometimes quietness wins. We would do better if we didn't use words. Words are a mirror that reflects the real personality when judging others. Are we bringing the big snake to the conversation, or are we bringing some rainbow? What are we bringing to the conversation tonight? To the child that I'm dealing with, to the elderly, to my partner, to my children, to my parents. What am I bringing to the table tonight? So this is when this image can be like, where am I today? Am I rainbow? Am I a snake? That's just, where am I tonight?
If you're quiet, you might not be bringing anything good, but nothing bad either.
But when you take a pause, you get a chance to regroup, and your chances to saying something positive increase. Because once you are not reactive, you get a chance to be a little more, receive first, reset, the words might come a little kinder towards the ones around you. Once you speak, you show yourself. That's how he ends this page. Once you speak, you show yourself. So this is just the one page. We can elaborate on each and every one of them. I'm just going to say one more thing before we get a little. You guys going to talk a little bit? Natasha's going to. I curse words. I have a problem with curse words. just saying it. This is me. My children that are now adults, when they were teenagers, they would have all these boys playing video games and saying all kinds of words. At 2 a.m. I say, this party's over, because all the words that come out of your mouth is not working for me. Mom, Miss Carmel, we're not meaning that way. We just playing with vent. It's just a style. You know what? Open a dictionary and find a different style. Your vocabulary is too poor for you to, so go find more words. These words are not working. If you need to express yourself better, find better words. The vibration of those words, even when you're using them it's not directly towards somebody, they still have a vibration that pulls you down. Songs that are made with words that are down, you can listen, of course you can listen to anything you want, but just so remember, they're going to touch you differently. So this was just my personal little note about think before you curse. Think. Maybe turn your ring, touch your head, scratch just do something before you use those words. And then we go from there. We're going to do a little meditation with words, but I'm going to let Natasha come out here first. No?
Yeah, so the meditation should come and close it.
Yeah.
You want to close it? Okay. So I did like Ayrton Senna here because I thought you're going to...
No, take your time. It's going to help with the music.
So what we did here, just this, we took this page of the book and we went sentence by sentence just to remind us that words matter. How we say the words matter. So we have to use the words in a way that serves the ones around us, not the other way around. If we don't have anything good, remember the kindergarten lesson? If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything. Those are the things that it applied to kindergarten, and it will apply until we die. Not until that, because then when we go, we're still applying it from there. And so it's very important that we consider the power of the words and we use them to add value, not to take away from the life that the people around us are trying to get. Supporting the children, supporting the adults, supporting the elderly, and supporting the family members, your circle of people, using words. That is our power tool, our superpower. Words are a superpower. We're gonna have to think it through before we use it.